gentlemen, this is the women's split age pro event. This will be the best of 3 teams to 11 points, win by 2. Serving from my right will be Megan Fudge and Sheri Porter. From my left, receiving team, Audra Spielberger and Glaucka-Lane.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. This is CB Lee. I have Karen Coaches with me. As you just heard, this is the U.S. Open.
Game 1, time in, 0-0-2.
Women's split age gold medal match.
Point. One, 0-2.
Good job.
Side out.
I played Sheri and Megan earlier today,
right.
and
Referee
one thing I
timeout.
noticed is that
Players
Sheri's
select
serve
the board
is bigger than it
lights,
was
the lights on the
before.
board, Jim,
She's going
if we can.
going forward more than just recently.
Yeah, it looked like there was a lot of action on those two serves that we saw.
Could be related to the paddle, but one thing for sure, she's going for it more.
Yeah.
Which
Very good.
which I think is necessary because everyone goes for the serve more.
Yep.
0-1-1. Second serve.
And you had a great run today, Karen. You faced those two in the
0-1-2.
quarterfinals?
Yeah, it was in quarterfinals. Yeah, and we didn't give it to
Side
them.
out.
We had a good run.
Yeah. And your partner?
And I partnered with Madalena Gregorio.
1-0-1.
We actually trained together.
Side out.
She has moved to
Second
Jacksonville,
serve,
and we train at the same
1-0-2.
place. So,
Oh, that's great.
so we actually have been playing a lot of games together.
That's
so we
so
feel
great.
very comfortable.
Makes a big difference.
Side out.
So yes, it was a good day for us.
0-1-1.
So it'll be interesting to see how this match develops. A little surprised to see Audra
Point.
and Glaucka in the finals, but again, I haven't seen them play today before now, and in fact, I know they
1-1-1.
just met yesterday.
Oh, right. Yeah. First time I heard you play.
I had a little practice game
Point.
against Audra yesterday, and right after these two were introduced to each other.
Oh my
They
goodness.
had never met
2-1-1.
before, so it was kind of cute. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like a Cinderella story almost that they're here today in the
For
finals.
sure. Well, to clarify, part of that Cinderella story is what would be considered
Second
a
serve.
huge upset, I think, in semifinals that Glaucka and Audra beat Lee Whitwell and Simone Jardim. So
Yeah,
in 2 games. Yeah.
Totally. I mean, on
2-1-2.
paper that should never happen, right? But
Sure,
it's
sure.
pickleball. Like anything
It's
can
pickleball.
happen.
Yeah.
So yes, a very, very surprise upset, and
Yeah. Especially, as you said, having met yesterday.
yeah,
That's pretty
they-
amazing.
They
yeah.
met yesterday.
1-2-1. Point.
I wonder if she lost that in lights. There's some bright lights directly above where that ball was.
It could be that, or I just think her
2-2-1.
footwork didn't match up with the shot. It looked more like a footwork issue. It didn't match up with the timing.
Yeah. That is pretty.
Yeah, it was well done. Very well done.
That was perfect.
3-2-1. Point.
Yeah, that play that Megan just pulled there, that's the play that we felt too on some of the important points we had today.
Yeah.
4-2-1.
She just put lots of pressure on.
Yeah. She there's a lot of poaching going on. So sometimes when you forget, you know, because you could play behind her a little
Sure,
bit.
sure.
But sometimes you forget that in the heat of the moment.
Second server.
So
4-2-2.
there's that serve again. You see, it's,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's deep and it has some pace on it. So it definitely
Side
gives her
out.
a better third. And you know that she actually handled. It was a fifth she missed right there.
Yeah, right.
2-4-1. Second server.
Believe it or not, I didn't know this until recently.
2-4-2.
But, Audra here, she actually ages into Masters next year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I didn't know that. I actually thought she
Side
was
out.
Yeah,
on the
since she was new-ish
Yeah.
to senior pro last year. I
yeah.
guess she
So I was
into-
very surprised
4-2-1.
to see
That's
that.
impressive.
And, so, but she's been like a winning machine kind of the last few months. She,
for sure. Yeah.
she-
So
yeah. Go ahead.
you and I were both in Fort Lauderdale APP 3 weeks ago, and
5-2-1.
Audra won both women's doubles with Pamela Ruoff and mixed doubles with Mircea
Yeah,
Mario. So
yeah,
she's
yeah.
definitely on a winning streak. Although the way Megan and Sheri are playing right now,
Yeah.
they've got their work cut out for them.
Yeah. They are rolling right now.
6-2-1.
Now I do believe that they have won together before.
Point.
So
Yes.
they not last year because I actually played with Megan last year, but the year before I do believe that they played together and won. So this would be a nice little
7-2-1.
Yes. Yeah.
potential second win for them.
Point.
They're definitely feeling it.
Yeah. Yeah. Looking at this, I'm just still surprised that they were able to beat Lee and Simone.
Timeout
But again, I didn't watch
8-2-1.
watch the
1
game.
minute.
Yeah.
So, but you know, at the end of the day, it comes down to matchups. You
Yeah.
know, it's a lot of times that's what pickleball comes down to, matchups. You know.
So picking up where we
Top
were with
minute.
that timeout, Karen's comment
8-2-1.
that a lot of it comes down to matchups. I did catch some of the semifinal of Audra and Glaucka against Lee and Simone.
Second
And
server.
Lee and Simone just played a very different style of game. They're very patient, a lot of
8-2-2.
dink rallies, a lot of soft game, looking for their opportunities. Whereas clearly Sheri and Megan are creating opportunities. They're just putting tons of pressure, really hitting aggressively. So I think Audra and Glaucka are just
9-2-2.
seeing something completely different from the last match.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, completely different matchup, right?
Yep,
and
yep.
and then you add to that too that this is pretty much indoors.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Side
so
out.
that's just another aspect.
Yep.
I
Exactly.
don't know
'cause-
how much these two play indoors. You know, that they just,
2-9-1.
you know, what are you used to? And
Sure. Well, Sheri's in Ohio, so I think she's mostly indoors right now.
clearly an
Second
indoor,
serve.
yeah. So
Yeah.
this is good for her.
And it's 8:30 p.m. So that's a great
2-9-2.
point that this is indoors because earlier, even just 2 hours ago, it was outdoors a lot hotter. The ball was soft, longer points.
That's actually well done.
Side out.
That was pretty cool to watch. That
Yeah,
to see
yeah.
how Sherry controlled that thinking rally,
Yes, yeah.
like, clearly.
Yep.
And
Step aside,
9-2-1.
Megan. I got this under control. I think
not
that's-
only that, she was also on the side that she doesn't play on
Exactly.
that much.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
Point.
So, yeah.
10-2-1. Second server.
That's a little bit of a surprise miss from Megan Fudge.
Yeah.
but-
Although she quickly said yep, so
10-2-2.
she's going for it as well. She's
Yeah.
gonna factor that into the budget with some serve misses.
Point. Game.
Quick work.
Yeah.
11-2.
that was
Timeout. Change ends.
Wow.
2 minutes.
That's dominant. Okay, back here for game two.
Game
So,
2. Time in. 0-0-2.
Karen, you're Audra and Glaucka. What adjustments would you make for this second game?
Yeah, I think a couple of things.
Point.
They need to, just like that point show, they need to be a little bit more aggressive on first before these guys.
1-0-2.
And I've seen a little bit too many balls go down the middle. So again, that could be a sign of the partnership. Just a new partnership. But so I'd like them to like squeeze the middle more.
Okay.
Depending on where the ball comes from. And then the last thing I would say is that they cannot let Megan take over in the middle there, and that means you need to hit behind her.
2-0-2.
Keep her home a little bit.
Like mixed effectively,
Yes,
like just keep her on a stone.
Yeah, you do. So in other words, I think they're sending too many balls in the middle.
Yeah. That they're hitting too many, or that they've had miscommunication, like right there,
Side out.
letting too many go through. I mean, that one was high in the middle, right?
Yeah.
So,
I see.
So,
Yeah.
but I'm saying she sits in the middle very well
0-2,
out of all of
1.
them, Megan, and
Okay.
they need to kind of hit to the sides a little bit
Yeah.
more, I think. In fact,
Point.
that's Sheri's backhand is probably one that I would try to
1,
find some
2,
errors
1.
on a little bit.
Yeah.
So again, hidden ball a little bit more on the outside.
Gotcha. Okay, so strike first, pinch middle more, hit more, not middle.
Yeah.
Second
so
serve.
Yep.
that's a good rest. She has a backhand error. So
Yeah.
I mean, she's good all around. But it's details, right?
Sure.
1-2-2.
And also easier said than done when there is a lot of pressure.
You see how she pushes
right.
herself
Yep.
out to hit a forehand, right? That's
Yep,
a sign
yep.
that she does like her forehand better. When you see a ball
Sure,
comes
sure.
through the middle,
2,
and
1,
you
1.
kind of go to the one side, and then you know what shot somebody favors.
She loves her forehand.
Yeah, exactly. And so,
And there's
Second serve.
way to demonstrate the point there, Sheri. Thank you.
2-1-2.
And again, it's like we saw on the other side. They're not unwinding the stack there, so they're keeping Sheri on the left.
okay, she
Bad
caught
luck.
right on that one. That was good.
Bad luck, yeah. And Megan on the right, but
So I mean, I'd say that Glaucka, she needs to go a little bit bigger in the middle, right? Because she's playing left. So
3-1-2.
almost sometimes
Side out.
sometimes the best medicine against somebody doing something is to do
1,
the same
3,
thing.
1.
Take the same medicine. Like she needs to become the Megan Fudge on their side.
yeah.
Point. Referee timeout again. Lights on the boards here. Can we turn those down a little bit, please?
Oh wow.
Thank you. 2-3-1.
I was actually wondering about that earlier. We talked about how bright the signs were, so they toned them down now. You see that?
Yeah. Uh huh.
3-3-1.
Yeah, I wondered, 'cause
They were
Even-
pretty bright in the men's semis. So
And even the very first point, Megan sort of gestured in front of her face, and I didn't know
Yeah.
what visually she was talking to herself, or it was something she was seeing. Maybe that.
Second server. Three, 3-2. Side out.
You get a break on that big serve.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you're gonna miss maybe one or two.
3-3-1.
but I think it's highly acceptable
Yeah.
because you are making the rest of the game a little easier for yourself
Yep.
by
Yeah.
taking that risk. So,
Point.
and the paddles now, with the technology, you can really get some oomph on it.
Yeah. And you
4, 3,
is that the
1.
mindset you go in with? You say, okay, I'll give myself one or two.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It doesn't worry me at all.
Yeah.
At all.
Because I usually.
Second server.
Audra was just a little hasty with that one. Pretty low ball to try to rip crosscourt, but
4-3-2.
I definitely give myself 1. I think it's an interesting idea to even up it to 2.
Yeah.
Point.
As the top singles player in senior pro, serve is obviously huge to you. So,
5-3-2.
what's your approach in singles? Do you give yourself 3 or 4, or do you say go for it every time? But you know that's such a big part
luckily,
of setting.
luckily I don't think I make that many errors because I just trust it. You know what I mean? I think that's another thing.
That's
you just got to trust it. I rarely think about what can go wrong. I just think about what I want to do.
Yep.
I think a lot of times that, you know, in too many think about what can go wrong, and that mindset doesn't even hit me. You know?
Yeah.
So I think that's just a mindset thing.
So if you do miss one, you just flush it and say that's fine.
Yeah,
it's just part of playing, and I trust.
Exactly. As long as it felt good, was loose, all that, then I'm totally cool with it.
6-3-2.
That's a great point.
Side out.
So they're getting a little bit better about the middle over there.
Yeah.
You know, they're also up now.
3-6-1.
While we were talking.
Yep. Yes.
But I feel there hasn't been the same middle mistakes as much.
Agreed. And Glaucka was getting a little bit bigger there. She got bad luck off the net, but she's definitely taking over more.
Second server.
So that last put away that she had, but you see how she gave Meg like a backhand there?
Yep.
3-6-2.
So it doesn't all need to go to to Sheri,
Right.
Because that just minimizes the court tremendously.
Point. Four, 6-2.
I think that's the right play there. Moving the ball around. Ooh.
Point.
Yeah, a little surprised she missed that.
5-6-2. Side out.
I just see Megan's side being really open a lot of times. I don't know. Do you
6-5-1.
see that? Her side being just very open. It is like they are playing on 70% of the court over there.
It is. Yeah, I agree.
And
Even right now, I mean, it's
like wide open, right? And so I'm not sure they're not seeing it or what's going on. It's pretty clear from where we are. And so
the other question is
7-5-1.
whether it's an illusion. If she's showing that much court, but she has the quickness probably to get back and at least covers, a fair bit of that. Do you think at all it's baiting to get balls down there?
I think no, but a dink over there will force her over there, right?
Yeah.
A dink.
1 minute.
So I just think that's one of the main things I'm seeing in this game is that they're trying to win on 70% of the court, and that's hard.
Time in.
It's an interesting point
8-5-1.
here. It's definitely turned.
Yeah.
That's out.
I don't have a good angle on that.
I actually thought it was more out than in, but it was very, very close.
Yeah, we're sitting.
Audra is extremely fair, and
9-5-1.
again, if it's more.
We're a little bit off the. Agreed.
Second serve.
Yeah.
9-5-2.
Eva Welsher is sitting near us and felt like that maybe that ball caught, but it can be so
Side out.
challenging because depending on the perspective, we're not lined up to see it well. But Eva's point was, I don't know if you heard her say it, Karen. She said, "Well, you just can't target the line that close if you're going to worry about it." So.
Yeah, actually, that's the
easier
same
said than done.
philosophy I
Also.
do. You know, if they start taking balls that are close to the lines, you know, I do try to steer it in a little bit so that
5-9-1.
there's no doubt.
Second serve. 5-9-2. Side out.
No damage done on that side out. Not sure what happened on that one. If there was,
9-5-1.
or if Audra just spotted that extremely well.
Second serve.
It's a great advantage to be able to play either side, just because that's giving
9-5-2.
Audra and Glaucka a different look. And
Side out.
Some quick side outs here.
yeah, because
5-9-1.
Glaucka went down the line, and that's Megan's forehand.
Yeah.
To your point earlier, you wanted them to go outside
Second
a bit
serve.
more. And they
Yeah.
switch up on you, and then they have their forehands out there. So yeah,
I definitely don't see the same openings here as I saw in the first game.
yeah.
And maybe even the first part of the second.
5-9-2.
We'll see if they can keep them spread out. Yeah.
Side
See,
out.
again, they went to Meg there, and I think that's a good idea. To go to keep her home a little bit.
Yeah,
9-5-1.
Another side out.
yeah.
Second serve.
Come on, Megan. Let's go.
9-5-2.
That's tough.
Again, the middle is starting to open up again.
Yeah. Well, and Sheri set that up so well. That third shot drop to Glauca's backhand just really created.
But I think Glaucka
5-9-1.
needs to, if she's across like diagonally from Sheri, she needs to roll the ball out. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point.
Can't give anything to Sheri striking height.
Yeah, I mean she's great at not giving
6-9-1.
the same shot twice.
Yep.
She really varies her game nicely.
Second serve. Six, 9-2.
It's a big serve.
Yeah. Impressive. And a rip of a third. Yeah, that's like you said. She set up her third with that super aggressive serve.
7-9-2.
It's hard not to feel the momentum shift here.
Yeah.
If you're Audra and Glaucka, it seems like you'd want to call a timeout right here.
Yeah, that would be
Don't
smart.
let
actually.
them tie.
8-9-2.
I don't. Yeah, I agree. It's another big serve.
Yep. Because clearly Sheri and Megan were feeling it, so that would have been a time to. Even now.
I'm surprised that Glaucka misses that ball though there, because I mean her game is built
Timeout
around her
receivers.
two-handed backhand.
9-9. Time in.
That's awesome.
9-9-2. Point.
Oh, I wonder if there's a miscommunication there, because
Again, not not unusual. I mean, they just met yesterday, right? We talked
Sure,
about that.
sure.
And,
But that's
so,
a big point to have a miscommunication.
yeah, it is.
'cause,
It is. Yeah.
I mean, Audra managed to have a great return off a tough serve,
10-9-2.
but just left a huge opening.
It can even happen when you do know each other. A match point that we had against Meg and Sheri was also a third shot drive by them, and it went through us in the middle.
9-10-1.
Yeah.
So it can happen at
Sure.
not only if you're new partners, but also, I mean, also if you know each other pretty well.
Point.
10-10.
So they live to see more play here, 10-10.
10-10-1.
Audra is like a machine.
She is.
Oh,
We jinxed her.
Server.
yeah. No, but she can just hit the same ball over and over and over. Impressive.
10-10-2. Side out.
Yeah, that's one of Sheri's favorite shots. I've talked with her about that a lot. She likes to have be at
10-10-1.
extended, so at full extension she can really just turn and put some pace on that forehand, or hit it slightly off speed.
Second server. Ten, 10-2.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Point.
That's good thinking, by the way.
That's really,
she caught
really strong.
her shoes. It's very good thinking. It requires a lot of footwork to get that one back.
Championship point again.
11-10-2.
Ooh.
And there it is. Gold medalist. Megan Fudge and Sheri Porter. Thank you so much, Karen. Very
Yeah,
fun.
that was awesome.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow for
Yeah.
split age mixed.
Yeah. It was a good day.
Yeah. And we have Eva Welsha to present the
Where is that coming from?
gold medalists, their medals.
Yeah. Come on out, ladies. No. All right. Well, thank you so much. What a long day with great pickleball. Yeah, really honored that everybody played. Thanks for being a part of the U.S. Open and this stage event. We'll do
I don't
the
know. I
silver
can't decide.
first.
If I could find somebody to.
Yeah.
She's right there. Maybe she can do it now.
So everybody gets a medal. The silver people get the medal. All right. Thank you for being here. Can you tell us what brought you to the U.S. Open and what you loved about this split age event, which I personally, it's one of my favorites. I get to play tomorrow, so it's like, anyway.
No, split age is definitely my favorite event. It's probably my favorite part of the U.S. Open because it's the only place where we get to do this. It's my second year playing it, and it was a blind date kind of. So we had an amazing day. It was so fun to play with her, and we really enjoyed it.
You were awesome. So,
Thank you. Yeah, this is actually my first year playing, and I love playing with Glaucka. She's awesome. We had some great battles today, and couldn't pull it out at the end, but I love battling with her all day. She's awesome.
you guys have some great points. Thank you very much. All right. So now for the winner, Sheri Porter. Is this your third year winning this in a row? Do we think that's fair? She's the
partner I never had. So anyways, that's all right. That's okay. Listen, that was awesome. Your angles, your movement, you guys just clicked like, it was just like rhythm almost, you know? So really great for everybody to see how a real team can communicate and move together. So I personally really enjoyed it. But as your gift, not only do you get a gold medal, but you get a check, okay? And that guy up there, if you guys want to run after him in the Wilson hat and the blue, he has your check, okay? And then you get a free pair of Skechers tennis shoes as well as a hat. So I don't know if you want to say anything regarding the US Open or your sponsors, but I'd love for you to say a few words.
Congratulations to Glaucka.
Woo!
Thank you, Pickle Shack. I've got my Pickle Shackers here. For trusting me, but this girl is the bomb. And I love her. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
In all honesty, I felt a lot of pressure coming in today because I have this three-peat opportunity to play with this one who's non-stop won it. So I felt a lot of pressure, but I'm just glad to bring gold home with her. This is my first US Open gold medal, so it's very, very special. And so, no, just super excited to be here. Thank you all for being out here. Thank you to all the sponsors as well. You do a fantastic job. Let's keep the week rolling.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, you guys.